Just 90 seconds and present stories about the plants and animals around us. The facts are fun, the sound effects are neat, and the host ain't so bad either. Please join me for the 90-second Naturalist.
Listen every weekday afternoon during the KSJE Evening News at 5:30. Wednesday morning here at KSJE, and it's time now to learn about life in the Sandbox. The author of the series of books called Play Nice in Your Sandbox at Various Places, Ron Price, is with me in the studio. Good morning, Mr. Price.
I am, Scott. Thank you. I are an author, huh?
You are is an author. Wait, yes, something like that. Good.
Yeah.
Good to have you with us. More words of advice this week. We were talking about pushing the right button.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And again, so much of life, what's that book, Everything I Need to Know About Life, I learned in kindergarten, Robert Fulghum, I believe.
Yes.
So much of life is just doing simple things the right way, but so often we do simple things the wrong way, and we pay for it. We have damaged relationships, if not ended relationships, and so often it doesn't have to be the case. So we often hear the expression, pushing someone's buttons.
Right.
In fact, we did a program on that some weeks ago. I want to talk today about pushing the pause button.
Oh.
It's the P chapter in my Play Nice in Your Sandbox at Work book.
Okay.
So often, when I say lose it, that my technical definition of lose it is we have left the thinking brain, we're operating out of the emotional brain, and when that happens, all bets are off. So what you need to do, if you're about to go into a meeting that you know could be tense, you're about to have a conversation with someone that has the potential of not going well, push the pause button in advance, choose your attitude, choose how you're going to stay in your thinking brain. You're going to stay in control of yourself, therefore better control of the situation. Let me illustrate this by telling you of a time I went to Walmart on Christmas Eve. Now, it was the middle of the day. It wasn't, logs on the fire and hot chocolate Christmas Eve, but
Still,
Christmas Eve day.
okay.
And I probably shouldn't tell you this part, Scott, because you might say, Ron, thanks, we're going to look for another guest from now on. But as I'm going to Walmart at around noon on Christmas Day, I had this thought, I bet most people have already done their Christmas shopping. I bet Walmart won't be too crowded right about now.
That's what you said to yourself?
That's
on
what
Christmas
I said to
Eve?
myself, yeah.
Oh, okay, all right, I'm just checking.
I'm not near as bright as I look, am I? Can you spell false prophet? Scott, I have never seen a parking lot more full of cars than I did on that day. In fact, you know where Freddy's is now. Freddy's wasn't there then. That's where I parked.
Way out there.
Way out.
Okay.
I could have walked to the mall in shorter distance than it took me to get into Walmart.
Yes.
But I've never forgotten this, Scott. I turned off my vehicle and I sat there for a moment. And I had this internal dialogue that said something to the effect of, you are about to go into a building with hundreds, if not thousands, of idiots, jerks, maniacs, people all stressed out and frazzled and living anything but holiday cheer. I said, and you can join them if you wish, or you can choose your attitude. You can choose in advance that you are not going to get sucked into that negative quagmire of bitterness and hostility, whatever. So what do you want to do? I said, well, let's try that. All right, ready, break. I get out of my vehicle. I walk into Walmart. Scott, I wasn't in Walmart 30 seconds before I realized this time I was accurate. I nailed it. You could just see it on people's faces. That. And I just started smiling at people. I started saying, oh, after you. Oh, let me get that for you. I started wishing people a Merry Christmas. I was Mr. Rogers in the neighborhood. I was Mr. Congeniality. I got my items. I left the store. Please don't ask me what I got. I have no recollection. But I still remember the joy I had walking back to my vehicle, partly because I had survived
Yay, right.
Walmart
Yes.
on Christmas Eve day, but because I had chosen my attitude. I had pushed the pause button beforehand. You know, I did this in a workshop up here at San Juan College, in fact. This is several years ago. Somebody who's not here anymore, but they've retired, but a vice president came up to me and said, "Ron, my day is going from meeting to meeting to meeting." He said, "I now realize I have to push the pause button in between each meeting. I can't let whatever negative interaction happened in the previous meeting, I can't carry that into the next meeting. I'm going to sabotage it." I said, "Bless you. That's exactly right." So again, we're coming into the holiday season here, not too many weeks. You know you're going to have that family relative that just gets on your nerves sometimes. Decide in advance how you're going to handle that. Any particularly challenging, tense situation, push the pause button before you go into that situation. I think you're going to find a happier, more pleasant outcome. That's what I think. What say you?
There you go. I'm worried I'm going to wear mine out, but I guess we can replace it.
It's replaceable, yes.
Good to know. Ron, thanks so much.
Good night's sleep replaces it every night. That's
okay.
Right.
Good to know. Ron, thanks for being here every Wednesday. Life in the Sandbox with Ron Price and me right here on KSJE Farmington.
Expanded to huge dimensions and filled with highly flammable hydrogen gas, German airships were an integral part of Hitler's propaganda machine.
A Moment in Time with Dan Roberts.
Here from the world